Okay, so for today's video blog, I basically just wanted to walk through the changes in our search terms for KDP Rocket. So my publisher, who is Crooked Cat Books, and they downloaded KDP Rocket, and then we talked about changing the search terms for deli meat on Amazon. And basically, in this video, I'm going to show you what some of those changes are. So one of the very first ones that we found was what is dark comedy. So we found that that gave us a different search result than just dark comedy. So deli meat is a dark comedy, but in terms of the what yields most productive search, it's phrasing it as a question. What is a dark comedy? That's a more kind of like intuitive thing that people will type in. It also means that if I had just put in dark comedy, or if my publisher had just put in dark comedy, then we would be also searchable through that term, but there'd be way more people in our category. So if you typed in dark comedy, we'd be way further down the list. So here's a good example of that. We also put in international crime thriller because that seems like it will be a good search term for us. However, when you do look at it in this list, we're not even in the top 6 for books under the search terms. So if someone was going to type in international crime thriller and hopefully find deli meat somewhere in that list, they'd have to go through all of these other books first before they got to us. So for that reason, when my publisher and I go back and we change the terms again, it's probably going to end up that we're going to either remove international crime thriller or we're going to add something else to that word. And you know, if I in this video, if I went back and I changed the search term to something else, I'm going to put in cult thriller now. And cult thriller is a really good term for deli meat, search term for deli meat, because I think you only have to go to one other or maybe 2 other searches. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, there's some great titles. I think we have to go to the 3rd page, but really that's not too far. If someone is looking for a thriller with a cult in it, oh, and it's right after Michael Jackson Girls Thriller t-shirts. So this is right where I want to be. And I'm going to put in another search term. I'm going to combine 2 of the searches, so cult thriller and dark comedy. Ooh, and there's Christopher Moore. That's pretty good company. But see, so if I add more to the search terms and I make them a little bit more specific, then I have a greater chance of being found by someone who is searching Amazon for a book that is similar to mine, right? They might not know the book. So it's kind of the equivalent of walking into a bookstore and not knowing what book you want. In the next video, I think I'll try to talk more about categories because deli meat is doing okay in certain categories. This is humorous dark comedy, and it's number 100 on Amazon right now. Anyway, so that's KDP Rocket. Hopefully that was informative in terms of how it changes the search terms and how that can be a benefit to authors. Basically, you just become more visible for certain search terms.